This is Michael Wilson. We're looking at the question, did Jesus bear our shame that we might share his glory? Jesus said, I gave my back. He graciously and willingly went to the cross for us. He could have saved himself, and he could have called for 12 legions of angels to rescue him, but he did not. He gave his back. The depictions we see of the scourging of Jesus have very little, nothing to do with our own familiar reality. It was a horrible scene because the scourge had little pieces of metal or bone embedded in the thongs. When they fell on a man's body, they tore away the skin and exposed his raw flesh. That is what Jesus endured for our sake, and he did not hide his face from the shame and spitting. On the cross, Jesus bore our shame. We read in Isaiah prophetically the following: Jesus has opened my ear, Yahweh has opened my ear, and I was not rebellious. I turned not backward. I gave my back to those who strike, and my cheeks to those who pull out the beard. I hid not my face from disgrace and shame and the spitting. This passage shows the servant's willingness to listen to God and follow his commands, even when they lead to suffering and humiliation. The servant does not resist, he does not run away. He endures the abuse he receives from his enemies, and he accepts it as a part of God's plan. He exposes his face to shame and spitting, which are the signs of contempt and dishonor in the ancient Near East. Ever had someone spit in your face? I have. It's shameful, it's disgusting. The servant knows that God is with him and will not let him be put to shame. He sets his face like flint, which means he is determined and resolved to accomplish God's great purpose. He does not fear the opposition or the outcome because he knows that God will justify him and reward him. This passage also points to the fulfillment of the servant's mission in Jesus the Messiah, who is the perfect embodiment of God's obedient and suffering servant. We read where Jesus says, I have a baptism to undergo, and how distressed I am until it's completed. And on the cross, Jesus said, it is finished. He suffered the shame that we deserve in our place, that we will be made free and restored and redeemed and delivered. Now, that's good news, brothers and sisters.